community to Mornings with Miss Graham. My name is Patricia Freudenberg. I am the CEO and founder of Miss Graham, a global solution to cope with loss, moving at the speed of life. And that's why we're here, because we are the living, and when we are dealing with loss or missing someone that has passed away, even if it's a while ago, it becomes a little bit harsh. And even if you've gotten over it, maybe you want to find ways to help others. Or maybe, you have triggers and you're not dealing with loss like on every single day, but you want to be able to get through those triggers a little easier. And we are here as a live community to help each other in support and exchange thoughts and ideas and encouragement and inspiration, one word at a time, and that helps you get through it. But through creative writing is creative healing. And there's a lot of stuff written on that, but today we're not going to talk about that exactly. Today's topic is on coping, and we do like to mix it up among cope, tribute, and share, although because of the genre, which is, missing those that have passed on, and how are we dealing with it, and what can we do about it, and how to live our life to the fullest, despite the adversities and the heartache that it causes when we miss somebody that passed away. And especially through COVID, so much loss has happened that it's almost a new norm. And I hate to say it that way, but you actually start to become numb to it and suffer, all sorts of things because you're not really dealing with it. You're kind of just not everybody, again, I'm not saying everybody reacts this way, but that's my point exactly. Loss comes in all shapes and sizes. Now, I want to disclose, like I do in every show, I am not licensed in the medical field. I am in human services. I do multiple things, but for 30 years I've been doing clients' hair and makeup, and I normally always did my best to make them look good. And through the years, I found that that wasn't enough. And especially when they shared stories of people that have passed away in their life, especially when it's recent or they're going to their funeral or wake or service, or even a memorial a year later, or even a memorial 5 years later. All I could say is this, that when they were able to share the good memories, they felt better. And guess what? You look like how you feel. Because when you don't feel good, let's say you have the flu, you just don't look good. So when you don't feel good emotionally, you don't look good either. So I could do all my magic working them on the outside, but guess what? It still didn't help. And when I found a way to help them emotionally through it, all of a sudden they glowed, even if it was a little bit. And that was what inspired me to create this platform, which is everyone's. This is a global platform. And we are here to raise awareness, to help each other. Use it. You don't have to just leave a memorial like a traditional memorial. You could just share how you feel, because that's healing. And if you're shy to even put it on here, which is a place for safety, this is a safe space that you should not feel shy. But let's say you do, that's okay. We have a private setting, so you could keep it private like a journal. And at any time, you could change the preference and share it. Or you could keep it private and share it privately. So you could also invite people. But again, if you want to know more about Miss Graham, visit MissYouGraham.com. We are available in the iOS store for Apple users, and soon to relaunch on Google. And we are doing our best to make it an easy experience as we develop this together. So today I like to share resources all the time on whatever the topic is. And because today's topic is on coping, and I'm not a licensed professional, I want to share a resource called Psychology Today. And you can go to psychologytoday.com, and they do have all the licensed professionals in therapy or psychiatry, and really good for mental health and well-being. And because the psychologytoday.com, there's a little sign there with your country's flag, and I'm American, so I'm using the American flag, so that's the link I'm going to share. But it's very easy to go on there and then just pick your country. And there's great resources on there. But I'm going to read some stuff that you could find on there just to give you an example. So here they say the process of grief. Because grief obeys its own trajectory, there is no timetable for feeling pain after loss. You hear that? There is no timetable. That's something we should all know, but sometimes we forget. Because when you are going through a really hard time, and I've said this before, I don't think anything is worse than losing somebody. So even though there are a lot of things you could talk about that are adverse in your life, loss is number one on the list. And there is no timetable. And again, that's when you have to really turn it on and pay attention. That's why I call this Morning with Miss Graham, a new spin on morning, because in the morning is how you start your day. And I'm not saying you can't change your day, but it's a lot better if you start your day already with a good mindset and be aware of what you are putting out to the universe. Be aware of what your goals are. Even if you're not feeling it in the moment, put a goal for yourself. And, like any journey, it starts with one step at a time. So don't give yourself a whole list of things so you could just, feel disappointed at the end of the day. Give yourself one task. And it could be different for everybody, and again, this is the point I'm getting back to, how they describe this. And this is a great stuff. Even if you're not the one mourning, this is something good to educate yourself on, because like I said, it's not something anybody could avoid. And at some point in your life, you will be having to console somebody. I mean, you don't have to, but it's going to be presented to you. And it's nice to be able to be educated and aware, to see, what seems like grief, what seems like depression. And here they give you some characteristics of the differences. And when you see certain things that are not so pleasant, like, just not wanting to be engaged, or, just there's a lot of things they name here, but sadness, the capacity for pleasure, insomnia. But eventually with grief, they slow. That seems to be like a staple. You do learn to cope and accept the fact that it's not something that we can stop from happening. Depression, on the other hand, could lead to bad decision making, and it could end up hurting you even more. And you are not realizing that, this is a normal thing, So again, I'm not a doctor. I don't want to get too deep into that stuff. I just want to share the resources where you can go and educate yourself, and decide with yourself and your family, and maybe see more clearly, or see things differently. And you might read something that you just really never put too much attention to, and you say, oh, wow, yeah, I get this now. So I'm going to put that on there on the social links that I share after posting these videos. And with that being said, I like to always share about Miss Graham's mission. Everyone wants to be remembered is our slogan, and I vow to that. And that is my mission, making sure everyone is remembered, whether you are living in your dash right now and you're blessed to be living and taking another breath, or you passed away and you left a legacy already on this earth. My mission is to make everyone be remembered. We live in a vertical world now, so it's forever. So let's make history together, and let's get it off our chest, so we're not feeling bad. We could just embrace the good mentors that we've had in our life, the good memories. It's not always easy, but it is beautiful to share the good stuff. There's no reason why you have to get stuck on the loss itself. When you start sharing those beautiful memories, it replenishes. So if you go to our menu page on missugram.com, you will see t-shirts and you can support our mission. Also, we like to contribute to the Red Cross because we are a Prosper for Purpose company. I also am a volunteer and I love to contribute to society. So this is our slogan, everyone wants to be remembered. And here's our other t-shirt now that we're getting into warm weather here on the East Coast of New York over here. Okay, here we go. Here's our slogan. And I like to end with a quote. So here we go. And it's still Women's Month. It's coming towards the end. But you know what? I think it's Women's Day every day. And it's a Men's Day every day. And it's everybody's day every day. And let's embrace our life. Here we go. This quote, I'm too excited. I want you to cope. And I don't want you to take it wrong that I'm excited. I grieve myself. I grieve myself, but you know what? We can't do anything about it. So let's just replenish ourselves. Allow yourself. Don't feel bad to be able to enjoy the moment. We shouldn't feel bad about that. It's not easy, but we shouldn't feel bad about that. Here goes. Oprah Winfrey, who is still living. Thank God. I love her. The more you praise and celebrate your life, the more there is in life to celebrate. Nothing else to say. Hope to